Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Signature Taste Television. Well, I don't know if it's television or not, but it's on YouTube and we're still happy about that. Tonight we're going to be doing a pretty simple recipe, but it's one that so many people screw up. It's a steak. We're using a recipe from Bastien's in Denver, Colorado. They are famous, world famous really, for their sugar steak. And it sounds, okay, wait, I don't want sugar on my steak. Trust me, it's what you want. It's a very simple recipe. They won't give us the actual secret ingredients, but I did talk to the owner. He said, basically, Stephen, all we do is blackened seasoning and sugar, two different kinds of sugar. And so that's what we're doing today. So tonight, we're gonna be using Spice Bouquet, which is a local company. They're out of Kingston, North Carolina. They're blackened seasoning. I doctor it up a little bit. I like to add coffee, a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of cumin, garlic powder, and lemon rosemary salt. It makes the flavors really punch. Got plenty of heat in here. You can't go wrong with it. So like I said, when you're wanting to salt the steak, all I'm going to do is I put a heavy coating of kosher salt on the steak. Just sprinkle it on and get liberal with it. You're not going to make the steak too salty. Trust me on this. It's going to pull the moisture out. It's going to sink into the moisture and then it's going to be gone. And then I just use a paper towel and I sop it up. It's a southern word now. Flip it over, get all that juice off. And you're going to do this, like I said, 3 or 4 times while you're waiting for everything to get ready. Voila, that's it. Just keep doing that and it's going to dry the steak out so that when you actually fry it, because we are not going to grill the steak. Every great steakhouse cooks their steak in a pan or on a griddle. It's the only way to do it. It seals in the flavor better. You're going to get a more consistent flavor. You're going to get a more consistent char on the steak. So we're doing this here in what amounts to about 240 years worth of cast iron pans. This pan right here belonged to my great-great-grandmother, and I'm still using it nowadays to cook on this stove. This one belonged to my great-great-great-grandmother, her mother. It's a great pan, you can't go wrong with it. It's the perfect thing to cook a steak. Now, what is probably the most critical thing that you're going to have when you're cooking, or at least in this house, is the chef must be well hydrated. And the chef right now is enjoying a Virginia wine, which you don't think of Virginia wines really being prominent, but they really have come along. Thomas Jefferson actually brought vines over from France when he was the ambassador to France, tried to get them to grow. It took about 200 years for us to get it right, but now we have Barboursville ruins, which is a house that was designed actually by Thomas Jefferson. They have an excellent Barbera wine right here, and I'm enjoying it tonight, and this is the last piece that we're gonna need before we get going making our Bastien's sugar steak. And now the fun begins. So the great thing about doing this is it creates a big mess and a lot of smoke. Actually, I'm kidding. So I've already taken my steaks, I have dried them out with the salt, and so I've got my spice mixture here. So it's a combination of the spices and half white sugar, half brown sugar. The reason I use brown sugar because brown sugar has impurities in it. The impurities help to speed up the caramelization reaction when you put it in the pan. Very simple, but it works. All you want to do, put a generous dollop on the steaks, rub it in with your fingers. Get messy with it. It's okay, it ain't gonna hurt nothing. I've got the skillets here, they're hot, they're smoking. There's a reason I've got my exhaust fan going because it's going to throw off a lot of smoke. Do not do this if you don't have a fan that exhausts to the outside. And then, all we do, and kick up the exhaust fan. When I'm doing this, all I want to do is sear it for 1 minute, put spice on it, flip it. 1 minute, spice on it, flip it. You do that 4 times, the steaks are done. They're medium rare, and I will never serve you a steak above medium rare, so get used to either rare or medium rare. So guys, this is all you have to do. Put the spice on, keep flipping it, keep turning it. Once your cast iron gets hot enough, you can turn the heat down a little bit on it. You don't need it. But once the steaks are done, I'm going to give you one piece of advice. Take them off and don't darn well touch it. Let it rest. All that spices have done this wonderful, beautiful, creative coat on the outside of the steak. It's going to seal it. but you want those juices to collect back into that steak before you cut it. I'm going to slice this thin. I'm going to dress it with Maldon Sea Salt and truffle butter. You can get truffle butter, believe it or not, from Trader Joe's. It's like $2 a tub. It's black truffles. You can't go wrong with it. The steaks have come out. I seared them in the pans first. I put them in the oven to finish, just bringing them up to appropriate temperature, and I've let them rest. Look at them, they're nice and they're asleep. They're having a little nap. All that delicious goodness is pooled back up inside of them. All I'm going to do now is slice them about a 1/2 inch thick slices. I'm going to dress them with a little bit of Maldon Sea Salt. You always want to use Maldon Sea Salt. It is a flaky salt. It doesn't have iodine in it. It just simply enhances the flavor of the meat. And I'm going to finish it with Trader Joe's black truffle butter. You get this for like $2. You can't go wrong with this stuff. It perks up the steak and takes it to really a world-class, almost Michelin level. We're ready to eat. Guys, I am Stephen W. Seiler. I'm bringing you the signature taste from around the world to your home. Thanks for watching.